You know the drill. I'm called Matt, teaching Hollywood to love again. I want to get right into it today, because usually I can come up with 3 or 4 ways to improve the type of movie I'm talking about. But today I came up with 10, and that's only after I cut out my point about making clouds villains. But seriously, Galactus and Parallax, how did you screw that up twice? Anyway, let's get right into my 10-step program to improve the superhero genre. Step 1. Violence is always the answer. When I think of the best comic book movies, they're all pretty much violent. And I mean real violent, not this fake violent thing where you shake the camera around so it seems more action-packed while still not putting anything the parent of an 8-year-old might object to. This is not satisfying action. This is satisfying action. That's the thing, you've watered everything down for as young an audience as possible while still trying to trick teens into thinking it's cool. Don't you see you're stretching it too thin? In trying to satisfy all ages, you end up satisfying none. Movies like Deadpool and Kick-Ass, and even PG-13 ones like the first Iron Man, know what audience they're aiming for. Violent, testosterone-fueled adolescents. Or as I call them, my people. Praise be unto the Expendables. May their blood reign last forever. In nome Schwarzenegger, it's Stallone, yet Bruce Willis. I mean, it's not like I expect superheroes to grab a machete and run into Camp Crystal Lake. Although they do wear masks. I think these violent films work because when films like X-Men or Spider-Man came out, it was exciting just because they were a good comic book movie. But now comic book movies are a safe space. You know they're gonna make money, so you're not taking any risks. By making them less kid-friendly, you're showing you're ready to take more risks with this idea, and we repay you by making Deadpool one of the highest-grossing movies of all time. Also A++ to DC for making an R-rated animated movie. You have my tickets, sirs. Step 2. It doesn't always need to be dark. Let me ask, who looked at Zack Snyder, who made Watchmen and 300, two of the darkest, most violent comic book adaptations, and said, yeah, let's give him the well-groomed alien who flies around in blue tights. It didn't help that that movie wanted to be Dark Knight so bad that even Dark Knight Rises was like, dude, chill out. What all these post-Dark Knight wannabes missed is we didn't like Dark Knight because it was dark. We liked it because we had a cool villain. I don't have anywhere near enough time to explain what makes a good villain, but I can tell you, it's not Bane. The X-Men movies, for as bad as some of them were, understand there's a balance between making the film serious and keeping the comic book goofiness. You have to do that. Light-hearted comic book movies tend to be some of the best, honestly. Step 3. Connected universes are cool, but don't force it. I really want to like Ant-Man, but there's just a few things that bother me about it. Most especially the absolutely forced-in references to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know what are undoubtedly my 2 favorite MCU movies? Iron Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. One came out before the MCU was really a thing, and the other doesn't really reference it at all. I think the thing that bothers me most about it is that too often, too much screen time is dedicated to the next movie rather than the movies we're already watching. This is an annoying recent trend that you guys have started as recently as 1978. Yeah, remember Superman? Technically the first comic book movie, assuming you don't count the movie based on the Adam West Batman. The first 10 minutes were just a setup for Superman 2. And you still haven't learned! I'll give Batman vs. Superman credit. It got me pumped for an upcoming movie with one image. One! You didn't need 20 minutes of the film dedicated to it. You know what the image was? This picture of Wonder Woman during World War II. One of the most bloodthirsty warriors in one of the greatest wars mankind's ever put together? That's the movie you should have put 300 director Zack Snyder behind. Although it looks like they hired a woman to direct it. Good. There aren't enough good female directors. Excuse me, Mrs. Jenkins, may I refer you to Step 1? Step 4. If somebody dies, leave them dead! Okay, spoilers. I hate you trying to get a knee-jerk reaction by showing me one of my favorite characters dead, but not really committing to killing one of my favorite characters. Oh, Jean Grey's dead, but she's magic, so she's alive again. Oh, Agent Coulson's dead, but he was just faking, so he's alive again. Oh, Cyclops is dead, but time travel, so he's alive again, and Deadpool doesn't suck now. Oh, that dude from Winter Soldier no one really cared about literally got burned up in an exploding building. Oh, but he survived and became Crossbones. Only to die in another exploding building in the first 10 minutes of Civil War. I'm sure he's fine. Oh, Professor X died, but fuck you, we don't need a reason. He's just alive again. There is no reason he should be alive. And don't even get me started on you-know-who, man.
Making small rocks float above the ground!
Feel bad for Gwen Stacy. If they hadn't rebooted Spider-Man again, I'm sure she'd have been fine. 5. Don't be cute, just be funny. Seriously, a lot of the best comedies of the last few years have been superhero movies. Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool immediately come to mind. Why play this coy, like, oh, we're kinda goofy, but once the action starts, we want you to take us seriously thing? You know, it is okay to not take your movies about magic people in tights seriously once in a while. I mean, I enjoy them being taken seriously, but it seems like you go all the way up to having a funny character just to stop short and go, okay, let's be serious now. Like in Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man was pretty funny, but the second he was Peter Parker, he was just boring. Sure, he had a cute quip or two, but once he puts on the mask, he's suddenly a regular Groucho Marx. Dude, a Groucho Marx superhero movie would be fantastic. Ah, crap. Are you guys gonna crucify me if I make this a two-parter? Screw you, it's my show.
Man, that took too long to edit. That was comic book movies. Sorry I had to split it into 2 parts, but... oh man, there's just so much to say. Be sure to share this with all your friends, especially your Hollywood executive friends. And be back next week to see part 2. And unless you're watching this next week, or any time in the long, long, distant future, that this video and part 2 will be up together. There's actually only 7 days the second one won't be up, and this one will. So be sure to watch that, as well as all my other videos. Have a great day!
Background's different again. But now I have sufficient light, and I white balanced.